The official narrative claims that cymatics, the modeling or forming of various fluids and solid matter like fine sand, salt and others through sound or vibration, was discovered in the 17th century. Galileo Galilei and Robert Hooke are mentioned. Well, I highly doubt the existence of these so-called historical figures in the first place. They are probably alter egos of Satan, who spreads his lies through various, often fictitious, vessels. Maybe I make a video on this subject sometime. I found some characters that are highly suspicious to be modern people dressed in ancient clothes. Well, we see to that. Galileo Galilei in 1630. There you have the 666 hidden in plain sight. With they, I mean the satanic controllers of our four-cornered flat earth, covered by a hemispherical dome, deceive and lie whenever they can. The concept of cymatics, that is the forming of matter, goes way back in time, thousands of years ago. In this video I show you where they steal their ideas and claim they just invented or discovered something. Of course, bullshit. Grab your Bible and turn to Psalm 46, verse 6, please. I quote, "The heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved. He, that is God, uttered his voice. The earth melted." So voice is one form of sound, and with his voice he melted the earth. We move on to Psalm 104, verses 5 through 7. Who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever? Thou, that is God, coveredst it with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. At thy rebuke they, the waters, fled. At the voice of thy thunder they, the waters, hasted away. Same concept again. God's voice, sound, moved water, moves earth. Now we turn to Psalm 106, verse 9. He, that is God, rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up. In German it says, schrie das Schilfmeer an und es wurde trocken. I translate to English, it's more clear from the German version. He shouted or screamed at the Red Sea, and it was dried up. Next psalm is Psalm 97, verses 3 through 5. A fire goeth before him, and burneth up his enemies round about. His lightnings enlightened the world. The earth saw and trembled. The hills melted like wax at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the Lord of the whole world. So sound or God's voice is able to melt matter and to make the earth tremble, shake, like what we call earthquake. Psalm 88, verse 7. Thy breath lieth hard upon me, and thou hast afflicted me with all thy waves. Selah. Well, what kind of waves? Sound waves? Electromagnetic waves? I don't know. All kinds of waves are possible. We move on to Psalm 77, verses 16 through 18. The waters saw thee, O God. The waters saw thee. They were afraid. where was I? The depths also were troubled. The clouds poured out water. The skies sent out a sound. Thine arrows also went abroad. The voice of thy thunder was in the heaven. The lightnings lightened the world. The earth trembled and shook. You know, it's so obvious for me. Well, now last but not least, Psalm 147, verse 18. He sendeth out his word and melteth them. He causes his wind to blow and the waters flow. In German it says, sendet sein Wort und schmelzt sie. I translate to English, he sends his word and melts her, that is the earth. So it's more clear in the German Bible, but well, it's always the same idea, and they, our controllers, just copy and use these original thoughts and concepts and claim they just invented them. They're bloody liars. These are only a few examples for the forming of matter through sound that I found just by reading the Psalms recently. You won't learn these and many more aspects by going to a church or listening to a preacher. It's inevitable to study the scriptures for yourself. Thank you very much for watching and listening.